My name is Talon Smith. I'm the head basketball coach here at Odessa Permian High School. I'm here today to talk to you about the Gary Jones incident that you've all heard about. I woke up today and saw the picture that you all are looking at right now. Gary Jones is an 18-year-old basketball star that we've all grown to know and love in the city of Odessa over the past 3 years. And he's been proven today to be a 22-year-old man named Bill Brown from Florida. This man enrolled in Nimitz Junior High as a 9th grader with only a birth certificate of a 15-year-old boy named Gary Jones. I met Gary at the beginning of his sophomore year and immediately developed a great relationship with him as a player and as a person. One day after practice, Gary told me that he did not feel safe going home and that he didn't feel safe with his family and that he could even see himself being killed by one of his family members. After hearing this, I opened my doors and invited him to be one of my family members and adopted him as my own son. Like I said, this morning at 9 a.m., I woke up to the picture in the newspaper that you all are looking at right now. A Florida coach, high school coach named Coach Knight, called Permian High School this morning and informed the school that the man that we knew as Gary Jones was actually a 22-year-old named Bill Brown that he coached in high school and had already graduated. Today, Gary was arrested, taken out of class, and arrested on charges of statutory rape for his relations with his 16-year-old girlfriend. At 4 p.m. today, I was told by our athletic director that fingerprints from Gary and a 22-year-old man named Bill Brown in Florida came out to be a match. Upon learning this information, Gary admitted that he was 22-year-old Bill Brown, and he is in police custody now. I'll open the floor to any questions that you may have.
Now that you adopted the child, what are your thoughts about it?
I'm hurt. I've known Gary for 3 years now. He's been one of my own sons. I'm hurt for my daughters and my other kids for the fact that they see their brother now going to jail and the fact that he's not really the person that they thought he was. And I'm just sad that this had happened. Yes. Christian.
What were his motives for lying about his age?
His passion for basketball, I think, is what made him want to take another shot and try to further his career with basketball because that's what he truly loved. And I think he just wanted to take a chance at going to the NBA or to college or just keep playing basketball. Yes, for sure.
As a coach for many years, I'm sure you've encountered players lying, being untrustworthy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what about this guy made you trust him off that? Was he any good in basketball?
He's a star. As most people in Odessa know, he's been the captain for the past 2 years. And really it's the fact that I grew to know him personally and understand him as a young kid and understand that he was a troubled individual that felt like he couldn't even go home and live with his family. This isn't the first child that I've ever adopted. I've adopted other children who are athletes who feel like they have a troubled home, and it's pretty common out here, and it's not the first time I've done it. So, like I said, I'm just sad that it turned out to be this way.
Okay.
Any questions? Any more questions?
I got another one.
Go ahead.
With adopting all these super athletes, Coach, I have to ask, are you looking for any type of payback if they make it to the future?
No, ma'am. The past 2 that I've adopted didn't go on to play college. I knew them when they were 5 years old. We all grew up in the same church and lived in the same neighborhood, and I just knew them personally. And I see myself as the kind of man that wants to help people out. And regretfully, this time, it didn't work out. Yes, Richard.
How come anyone didn't know that this guy was 22 years old? How come he didn't have any birth certificate or anything like that?
He actually came as a 9th grader. He enrolled into the 9th grade junior high system with just a birth certificate of a 15-year-old boy named Gary Jones. Unfortunately, the way the system is set up, that's all he needed to get admitted into the junior high, and that's the way he ended up admitted into our system. Yes, Kyle.
Upon receiving this information, how did you contact Gary or Bill, whatever his name is, and what is your relationship with him now?
This morning at 9 a.m., like I said, I saw the same picture that you all have seen in the newspaper. That was the first I heard of it. I teach a class, so I couldn't just call him or leave class and go see what he was doing. By the time lunch came around and the time that I would be able to go talk to Gary, he was already arrested and taken out of class. So I've not spoken to him, but regretfully, I don't know if I'll be able to speak to him ever again. Yes, kid.
Did you ever take Mr. Jones home to really see how his life was, or did you just believe him and go along with this?
I dropped him off before. He told me that he was living with his cousin at the college campus, UTPB. I dropped him off a few times, but I'd never gone in or met any of his family members or anything of that nature. Yes, Mike.
I understand if he had a fake birth certificate that he easily could have gotten enrolled in the system, but how was it that the athletic trainer or team physician didn't notice anything abnormal during the physical?
I don't think he stood out in any kind of way that you could tell he was a 22-year-old. We knew him to be a freak of an athlete and a great athlete, but I mean, I don't think there was anywhere we could look at him and tell he's 22, he's not 15. Yes, Rachel.
Didn't you say he transferred from junior college in Florida?
I did not say that. Next question. Yes, kid.
As for the girl, the 16-year-old that he was allegedly dating, are they looking for any settlement from the school or from you, or any action being taken there?
I have not talked to her. The case of his girlfriend just reported today. This is all happening very fast, and from what I know, her mother is the one who really wants to press charges and get to the bottom of this. So, yeah, that's the only way I can answer that. Yes, Mike.
Given your recent discovery, do you think it's going to affect your school records as a coach and your team?
I believe it will, and I believe it should. We've had great success due to Gary and the fact that he has been an all-star for us the past 2 years. I think him being a 22-year-old directly relates to our success. And unfortunately for his teammates and the entire community, I'm sure those records will have to be wiped away. Any other questions? Thank you.